Hello, everyone. My name is Zahra Hassan, and I am an educator. And I will be talking about unveiling humanity, the transformative power of genuine connections today. Imagine a world where every interaction, every relationship is infused with authenticity and empathy. A world where classrooms aren't just places of learning, but a sanctuary for connection and understanding. This is the world I strive to create every single day. Greetings, my name is Zahra Hassan, and I am honored to stand in front of all of you today as a Black, Muslim, Somali educator. My journey in education has been defined by a pursuit of human connection, a journey that has taught me the true power of authenticity and community building. In a world that often feels fragmented and isolating, the need for genuine connection has never been greater, especially in our educational institutions. Building relationships and creating safe spaces for students isn't just a goal of mine. It's a moral imperative. It's about fostering environments where every individual feels valued, respected, and heard to reach their fullest potential. And as an educator, I've become to understand that is the foundation of effective teaching. And learning lies in cultivating the relationships with our students. And these relationships aren't just transactional. They are the bedrock upon the academic success of our students, but also their social and emotional well-being. In my classroom, I strive to create this environment every single day where not only my students are intellectually challenged, but they are emotionally supported. It's about recognizing the humanity in each and every one of my students and acknowledging their unique backgrounds, their perspectives, and creating a space where they can be their authentic selves. The commitment to authenticity and inclusivity it's not just a professional duty for me. It's deeply held belief that every student deserves to feel seen, heard, and valued. And through this is when I truly believe real learning happens. When students feel a sense of belonging, that is when they feel that they can do their best and they engage the most with the academic material and also one another. Now, let me take you back to a moment that forever changed my life in education. It was a story of a student of mine, and let's call this student Alex. Alex was a bright young boy, but he had come from a very complicated life. And as a result, he often acted out in class. But with me, what I decided to do is not reprimand Alex. I decided to lean in with compassion, empathy, and curiosity. And at that moment, I decided to understand and ask Alex what was going on. Why was Alex the way that he was? And I started to ask the question and look into Alex and understand, who are you, Alex? What brings you into my classroom? And how can I help? And in doing so, I witnessed a remarkable transformation, and not just in Alex's behavior, but in his entire outlook on life. And as Dr. Bruce Perry, a renowned expert on childhood trauma, once said, children are not resilient. He said, they are malleable. Their development is shaped by the experiences. And this quote underscores the profound impact that adverse experiences can have on children's development and emphasizes the importance of nurturing environments in fostering resilience in children. Alex's experience may have left scars, but doing so, they provided also opportunities for growth and transformation. It was through our genuine connection and understanding that this spark began to sparkle for him. And by creating a safe and supporting environment where Alex felt valued, seen, and heard, we helped him navigate the challenges he faced to unlock his full potential. In the weeks that followed, I watched Alex blossom in front of my very eyes. He was no longer the disruptive student at the back of the class, but he was an engaging member in our classroom community. He would ask me, Mrs. San, I need help with work, and I'll be right there. The reason why? Because I took the time to understand where Alex was coming from. He eagerly would come into class confessions, and he would be confident. He took ownership when he made mistakes, and he helped and earned what he did when he needed to learn that he had to have the consequence. Alex's transformation was nothing short of miraculous, but what truly amazed me was not just the change in his behavior, but the actual change in his demeanor. The newfound sense of purpose and possibility that radiated within him. And by acknowledging and honoring Alex's humanity, we had unlocked a door of endless potential. Alex's story told me a very valuable lesson. Behind every behavior, every action, lies a story waiting to be told. And when we take the time, and I really mean when we truly take the time to empathize and to connect, we not only transform individuals, but we transform lives. It's a lesson that has shaped my approach to education ever since. A reminder that the profound impact that genuine connection and understanding can have on the lives we serve. I'll admit it, embracing authenticity was a leap of faith for me. In 2021, that was the first time I had my first ever long-term occasional teaching position. And I had a group of students who were grades 7 and 8. And at that time, we were on virtual class. So when we were in the virtual class, I had students always tell me, Mrs. San, your outfits are so nice, or Mrs. San, I really like the shoes that you were wearing. And these kindness gestures happen daily, and they would also comment on our classroom community that we were both, all of us, we were filling. And one day, it was a Friday afternoon, I had a student come on the Google chat, and she just typed in, Mrs. San, you need to start a TikTok. And at that moment, I was very confused because I was like, I don't remember a world where I wanted to see my teachers outside of the classroom. But the fact that you guys want to see me, your teacher, online was dumbfounding. And then all of a sudden, all the students ended up turning on their cameras, and they echoed the same remarks. Mrs. San, you need to start a TikTok. We love your outfits. We need to know where you shop. In that moment, I realized my students didn't just want a connection into my personal life, but they wanted to bridge the gap between classroom and the digital world that they were all in now. Despite my initial reservations, I chose to honor the request. I created a TikTok account, and I began sharing snippets of not my outfits, but also my educational journey as a new teacher teaching in the pandemic. And what started as a very simple gesture to my students in connecting ended up turning into something miraculous. We have built something extraordinary. As I shared myself with the digital world, with my authenticity, we have created a community of people. And these were all comments on the first video that I ever created. So in that moment, what I realized is everyone in the world wants to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be valued. This experience taught me a very valuable lesson about the power of authenticity and vulnerability. By stepping outside of my comfort zone and embracing the digital realm, I not only strengthened my relationship with my students, but also cultivated a sense of belonging, but where all it permeates the classroom environment. So it's a reminder that the connection knows no boundaries, whether in person or online. Authenticity has the power to unite us, to uplift us in ways we never thought possible. As Toni Morrison once beautifully said, if you want to fly high, you have to give up the things that weigh you down. These profound words deeply resonate with me and countless students who look just like me and who have been part of a system that has been systemically racist, prejudiced, and biased just because of our identities. It's akin to trying to soar in the educational world with weights tied down to your ankles, where your dreams are in the palm of the hands of those who teach you, and they suffocate them at times. But educators, remember, we hold the keys to unlock the chains of inequality and to create spaces where every student, and I mean every single student, feels seen, valued, heard, regardless of their identity and lived experiences. We are the architects of belonging, the orchestrators of inclusivity, and the guardians of dreams. My own journey was marked by a guidance counselor who couldn't see beyond her biases, and my educational journey now stands as a testament to what she thought I was going to be. When I was in grade 11, this guidance teacher told me that I should not apply to university and I should start as a teacher assistant. But with her doubts, I was determined to prove her wrong and emerge as a beacon of authenticity and community, not only in my classrooms, but in front of all of you today. It's a reminder that as educators, we don't just shape minds. We nurture souls. We touch hearts. And we inspire futures. And in doing so, we have the power to uplift, empower, and ignite the limitless potential within every single student. My journey as an educator has taught me that authenticity is not just a philosophy. It's a way of life. And I'm not alone. I've had the privilege of witnessing countless educators embrace their uniqueness and show up as their authentic selves every single day. From sharing personal stories or incorporating diverse perspectives into their teaching, these educators are leading by example and transforming the educational landscape one authentic connection at a time. Authenticity is the cornerstone of meaningful connection, not just between teachers and students, but also colleagues and communities as well. When we show up authentically, we create a ripple effect of trust, respect, and empathy that permeates the aspect of the learning environment. It's about fostering a culture where everyone feels valued, supported, and empowered to succeed. Authenticity isn't about just sharing your story or being yourself. It's also about fostering a culture of inclusivity and acceptance. And as educators, we have a responsibility where all students feel valued and respected regardless of their background, identity, and lived experiences. We send a powerful message to our students, a message that says, you belong here exactly as you are. And by creating that, what we tell students is, show up as yourselves, because that is the way God has made you. And it transcends societal norms and expectations, where every student now has to feel empowered to express themselves authentically and contribute their unique perspectives into our classroom communities. So in doing so, we not only enrich the educational experience for all students, but also lay the foundation for a more compassionate and equitable society. So to my fellow educators, I issue you a challenge. Embrace your uniqueness, celebrate diversity, and empower students, because you don't know how you can transform lives by sharing your stories. Together, let's create a world where authenticity is celebrated, connections are cherished, and every student feels like they belong. And as I stand before you today, I urge you to prioritize human connections, authenticity, and community building in your own lives, but also your professions. Take the time to truly understand and empathize with those around you. Be courageous, be vulnerable, and most of all, be yourselves. Because when we embrace the power of human connections, we not only transform yourselves, we also transform the world. To quote the insightful Miss Lauren Hill, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. So let us ignite the flames of curiosity, passion, and empathy within ourselves and others, and the world where learning knows no bounds, and where every individual is empowered to reach their fullest potential. Together, let's create a world where authenticity is celebrated, connections are cherished, and every individual feels like they belong. And please, let's take our first step together and embrace the power of human connections. Thank you.